So one of these days I'm gonna have to open the window when it's early in the morning and see what a great day it is, because early in the morning is when the fog's around. And I noticed it the other day. I just didn't pick up my camera to record it, but it's so foggy. It's really like, it's like, what, like a movie fog where it's really thick and you can see it. And when it's rising, it's sort of steaming off the ground and it's sort of like amongst the trees, and the trees, it's just a really pretty outlook. And I realized, like, I've been playing with my phone for like an hour, and I realized I really should just open these windows and just get a good scope of the morning, because it's really quite lovely early in the morning. It's just that I'm too busy staying warm in bed to open the window. It's like, but I just realized I should totally, like, capture this morning fog, because it's actually quite lovely. Um, uh, I do have to take a lot of pictures in the next few days. I have no idea if I want to go interstate. I keep thinking I should, but then maybe I don't want to. Maybe I'll be fine on the plane. Maybe I'll have my issues. I can't book anything until I have my brand new credit card. So I should have it by next Tuesday. Which is a shame because the prices have gone down. So, they were 310 and now they're like 270, and I don't know about those prices. I would love to buy a ticket when there's a special on though. But yesterday I had all these ticks in my skin. I had it on my neck, on under my arm, on my leg. Just have an obnoxious ticks biting me, and they're really small. And I'm like, I have no idea where they come from. I probably got them from the bush that I was cutting. I think I was wearing my lightweight jumper, but I can't remember. So they're probably just on my clothes or something. But oh no, I was wearing my skivvy, and my shirt. So I put them in my wash basket. I didn't think I was wearing my lightweight wool jumper. But I'm thinking about taking out another warm jumper from my jumper box, because I bought a heap of jumper for investments and no one's buying them. And so I have a jumper box. I really shouldn't use clothes for investments, kitchen tools or something. But anyway, I always figure if I don't, if they're not, if no one buys them, I could just wear them. So I buy them roughly in my size. But yeah, I've got a lot of nice clothes, and I should just take some out and start wearing them, because I'm running low on jumpers. But I'm trying to use the jumpers that I've sort of been wearing for the last year again and again until they've got so many holes in them that they fall apart. um, but I probably will wash another jumper. I think I've got a high neck one that I could take to interstate, because I'll need it. I'll need a high neck one. Oh no, I was just gonna wear my skivvy, wasn't I? I got a skivvy. I don't necessarily need to wear a jumper with a high neck, but I thought I might, because my older jumpers are kind of shabby. Anyways, I'll take a look at my jumper box today. I've got to do washing today, so. And I think I've got a purple one, which is kind of casual. And I've got an orange one. I don't know. I don't know which one's a high neck, though. I think the purple one's high neck. Anyway. But I bought myself. I was gonna say I went online shopping. My previous DVD came broken, so here it is, the brand new DVD player. I'm sure it would have been a great digital player, but on the trip it wasn't packaged with beans, so obviously it was bumped around and it ended up like this, and you can't use it when it's like that. So I got a refund. So then I went online to see what other DVD players I could find. That one cost me $45, but I found one for $75, and it plays any kind of disc, and it can even burn discs if you really want to. But I never burned discs because I couldn't be bothered. But since I like to play stories, it can play any kind of DVD. So whether it's a CD-ROM or any kind of DVD, like a Bluetooth, not a Bluetooth, something blue DVD. And any kind of DVD, basically, whether it's just your basic CD or anything more complex, or a DVD-ROM, or whatever kind of DVDs they are. And I think it's Bluetooth as well. So if I want to wear my earpods that are Bluetooth functioned, I can apparently. Pardon me. And no, it seemed pretty cool. It's got a lithium battery, and I thought that one sounded really good. Can't remember the brand of it. Don't know if it was a Sony or some other brand, but it looked black and nice and shiny, and it should be packaged well. I don't know when I'll get it though. Hopefully I'll get it within 10 days. Because I want to take it on holidays with me. I'm definitely going to the Gold Coast on the 7th. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I that reminds me, you have to look up bus schedules around the 7th. But anyway, so I was very happy with my purchase. I wasn't really sure what sort of DVD I wanted, and I was gonna buy one off my deal for around $49 or something. And then I found this one. It was like 75. And it's like it says any kind of DVD, and I was like, oh, since I've got all these, they're like Audible stories, on DVD. It's like I borrowed them from the library, and I was like, ooh, I'll buy that one because it plays any kind of DVD. So I was very excited that I found it, and I was like, it's a little pricey, but it's sort of, yeah, I thought it sounded good, so that's what I bought. So for the rest of my day, I've just got to do one thing today, which is do my assignment. Just submit it. I don't think I'm going to get feedback for the I don't think I needed to submit my previous work for Turnitin checking, but it does say use for every assignment, and then it's sort of like I uploaded my assignment and I waited 24 hours and I didn't get feedback. So I just gonna double check today if I did receive feedback, and then if I didn't, I'm just gonna submit. I'm like, oh, screw that, I've waited 48 hours now for feedback. But I'm very happy with my assignment. I'm just not sure how it's going to be seen as. So I was very happy with the content. It's only 8 words over. And it's like, are you sure you can't cut back 8 words? And I'm like, no, couldn't be bothered. I'll probably probably deconstruct the perfect sentence and end up with a misconstrued sentence, or some sort of sentence flaw, like a comma here where it shouldn't have a comma, or too short a sentence is too short. So I'm like, no, it's perfect right now. I'll just leave it. So even though it goes 8 words over, it's basically within word count. But yeah, I'll just leave it so I can be bothered dealing with it anymore. And I'll just see how I go. Like, hopefully, I'll get a good grade. I probably won't, though. I'm always like, you look at all the examples that they've been giving you, and it's like it's not in even a similar style to the examples. It's like my writing style. I'm trying to fit within, context of specific writing, and I'm like, all the writing examples that they give you are so like, one sided, and you think, should I rearrange my typing so it looks like this, or should I do my own typing? So for this one, I'm doing my own typing. I'm doing freelance. I've already failed the whole course anyway, so I'm not even touching 90%. So I'm not touching 80% or 70%. I'm basically only just passing with a 60%. So, or 55. I don't know what percentage it is specifically, but it's not like enough. So I'm just like throwing it all away and throwing in ideas, and yeah, I don't have any. Just doing the course, if I want to pass it, I'll have to do it again, do better, but um sort of a little bit disappointed with this first attempt to get back into uni, because I'm like, I don't actually. I used to know, like when I was younger, I sort of failed the first time. I had to reduce specific units of the course to pass, but this time it's like I just seem to be flunking all around, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm not in the mood like I was before, because last time I learnt from my first attempt, and then I was like zooming, gliding on easy street, because I was sort of getting into uni and understanding it a lot more. Now it's like I have no understanding, and it's like stepping into it for the first time and realizing that I don't know anything. And I've forgotten everything that I sort of had learnt before. And so the whole mindset of, how you're supposed to appeal to your markers is sort of beyond me. Before, I had some sort of understanding, and it was helping me do better and better at courses, but this time it's like I have no understanding, and I have no idea what I'm doing, and so far I'm not really hitting the button. But I don't know what I'll do if I don't, like, if I finish this and I don't pass very well. I can either redo it or do a different course. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a different course. I wouldn't mind doing another art course, actually. Um, but anyway, that's my deal. I'll just have to wait and see, because it's like there's no way I'm doing well. There's no way I'm doing well. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it better. But anyway, I'm just scuffing through the rest of it. I think I've only got one more course module to do, and then it's like, and then at the end I'll be like, fail. I failed already, and I've only, done half of it, so, or 2/3. So I learned that there is such a thing as failing. That's the only thing I learned this time. Anyway, I better get out of bed, because I've been totally like, I haven't been asleep, I've been awake, and ever since I woke up, I've been thinking movies. Nothing about movies, publicists, and basically being what people think of you. When people stop losing their fake smiles and they start showing that they don't like you. It's like you never expect people to like you, and then they make it a big deal that they don't like you, as though you don't deserve anything. So, and it's like you're in conjunction of everything, though. I think you deserve everything. But then you look at other people and they don't think you deserve anything. And then you're like, I didn't expect to be liked or anything, but I definitely like made a good effort. And it's like all kept under wraps. But everyone's like gonna bitch and be like, you know, but no matter what you do, it's like all you learn is no matter what you do, you're never gonna make it, anywhere. And of course, the cost of living is like higher and higher than ever, and it keeps getting higher, and no one's making it cheaper. And then you do anything that you can, and then you do that, and it's like no one, no one wants to even smile at you anymore. They don't want to, and you still don't deserve anything. And you're like, oh, that sucks, because of course, that makes its impact on you. And, you know, so I was sort of retelling myself that over and over again today. And I was like that last night too. I was like, sort of having, you know, how no one actually likes you. I was sort of like retelling myself over and over again all these dramas of how people show you that they don't like you. Whether it's, you know, and I just ended up in tears last night because it's like not huge tears, but it was upsetting me, and I was like growing frustrated, and then I sort of had to, you know, do a few tears before I went to sleep, and then today it's like the same. It's like bombarding my mind right now. The aspect of how people just use you and throw you away, and you're discarded from then on, and everyone forgets about you, and it's like, and then everyone makes you feel like you don't deserve anything when you probably do, or you definitely do. And it's like no one takes anything into alignment of why you do deserve things, and then they're too busy checking you out and saying that you don't deserve it. They don't realize why you do deserve it, and it's like, and then you realize everyone who hates you, all the government setups to rob you of money. I mean, all these people flying high and dry, they're all like, don't want anything for you and all this and that, and you're like, it's very upsetting actually. And I was like, even the concept of going for a holiday, I have to tell myself I'm just going for the experience of the trip rather than the holiday, to see people. So obviously I'm just going to see relatives, but then you realize, these people that you see are sort of like stamped on your opportunities, and then you know everything's great now. That's normal. When your opportunities were only there because you were trying, and and everyone's too busy stamping on it to realize that you have been doing that because you wanted to, or you choose to at some stage. And it's not necessarily that someone was making you, or I mean sometimes they do, but pick you up out of nowhere, and then like you have to do this, you have to do that, otherwise no end to the torture that you'll be undergoing until you do. But usually it's like, but in some other way it's like it's sort of your decision to do this particular thing because nothing else is working out, and then they sort of come out, oh, suddenly we can afford a trip around the world because we just decide to get off our arses, and come stamp all over your your flame, so to speak. And then now that it's out and everyone's settled down back to being like normal, it's like, and you're like still like you're the person who everyone checks out. So you're like, well, now that everything's normal, I feel so great, and it's not. And it's like you still don't really get the opportunities that you sort of need to live well and and be able to have your own life. And then you're like, everyone's so happy now that you have no opportunities. And then you're like, oh, what am I going to do now? And it's like you're you're still just struggling on the basic concepts of things. And it's like, everyone else is like high and dry. Everyone else gets great jobs in real life, and then they all just have a great life. And then, for you though, it's like you don't get these great jobs or anything. And you're like, well, I had one great job, and while everyone's having fun stamping on my flame, it's like, I mean, it's not a great job per se because it looks like it's gonna leave you with nothing. But it's like, well, that was the bigger job, because at least you felt like you were doing something rather than just watch other people get accepted for jobs and get richer and richer, and everyone else is like, oh, isn't the community great? Oh, isn't jobs great? You're like going, well, I'm not really getting hired for these fantastic opportunities. And it's like, that thing which was seemed like a big fancy wall of volunteer work was my opportunity. And it's like, and then I get really distressed, and then I'm like, you know, no consideration for you. I mean, the only thing you do is go on holidays to meet relatives, not to have fun. It's like these relatives who have stepped on my flame. So I've sort of been depressed for the last 2 days. I'm like thinking, if I were looking forward to just doing the trip, I would probably get depressed that you know my flame has been died, has been trampled on it till it's died, and now it's like all you can be is like someone to visit the same people who trampled on your flame. So you're living with the people who trampled on your flame. So like if I was like a person people respected and could admit trauma and depression very well, it's like you know someone might feel sorry for me. But since I'm not, I'm just like just going on floating around like as though nothing matters, and it's like I don't know. Technically, you have nothing really going for you. So what happens if you get out again? Oh, you're out of control. You've built a flame that people have to step on again before they settle down and sit back down and go back to their lives. So you know, and you're like, well, this is my life. This is like my so it's supposed to be the thing that's working. Not the opportunity that's never open to you. So and the limelight is this volunteer basis that you're sort of etched on. It's like the big opportunity. So you're like going, I mean, you're not necessarily doing anything to volunteer. I mean, so you haven't signed a volunteer contract, but because your cash doesn't go to you, it's like no one else is giving you it, and you're like going, well, it's pretty much volunteer. It's like, and this is like the biggest career peak that I've got, going. Well, everyone else is like, everyone else gets jobs and they get the big money for doing whatever job that they get in. And it's like, for them, it's like, oh, the world's full of opportunities and it's very easy and the world is likable and, we live the perfect life and everything's easy and great. And then for you, though, it's like you don't get the same things and everyone's like, oh, why do you have to, like, go make a flame? Why can't you just be like the normal people and just work and have a great life? And it's like, because I don't get those fucking opportunities, you fucking dicks. And if you ever do, it's like it's all taken away pretty quickly because you know, people don't want you in them. So yeah, all the contingent in the anti-angst.